this lesson, we're going to be talking about taking responsibility. And when you take responsibility, you create a life that works. And what you will learn is what it means to own your own mistakes, how a lack of accountability costs you time, energy, and money, and how excuses and justifications keep you and the people around you enormously frustrated. In this lesson, we have a concept called the line. Here it is, the line. And we're going to be talking about being above or below the line. So there it is. So it's called the QRO-MEX flip chart, O-R-A-B-E-D. The O-R-A stands for ownership, responsibility, and accountability. And that's above the line behavior. And below the line we have blame, excuses, justifications, and denial. And that's below the line. So here we have above the line and below the line. So if I ask you, is that a comment that's below the line? Immediately you should have some concept about what I'm saying. I'm saying, are you being responsible here? And I want you to look at what you're saying. Now, how do we know when someone's below the line? Well, mostly it comes with an enormous story. Now, why did this happen? Well, you wouldn't believe how come I was late today. The alarm clock didn't go off on time. The traffic was really, really bad. There was an accident on the freeway. Now, the truth is you just didn't get here on time, and we don't really want to hear your story. So, above the line or below the line. Now, choosing to take ownership and to be responsible and accountable can be really difficult. But when we choose to live above the line, life gets much easier, it's freer, and it's fun. So responsibility is your choice, and it is a choice. Every moment of every day, we choose how we live. We choose the values and ideals to which we will hold ourselves accountable. Now, below the line, when we go below the line, we fall into the trap of blaming, being in denial, and having excuses, and we give up control. We become angry and resentful and feel powerless when we blame others for our problems. Below the line is also being a victim. Stuff happens to us. You can't change anything from this place. You're only a victim once, as one of my friends says, and every other time you are a willing participant. Blame. You know you're blaming when the first word out of your mouth is you. You did this, and you did that, and you didn't do this, and you didn't do that. Oh, it goes on and on and on. And it's so common for people to blame everyone else around them, but take a look at how did I contribute to what happened here. It's always someone else's fault when you're blaming, and there is no learning, no movement forward, and no happiness and joy there. Excuses and justification. You make excuses or justify when the word but is inserted. I think you're a really nice person and this is a wonderful thing to do, but. And what it does is it absolutely negates everything you said already, and now I'm going to hear a story or a excuse here. Because, well, the reason I didn't get the project in on time is because. And then hold on, because you're going to get a really big story and lots of rubbish come out of my mouth immediately after the because. Embellishing your story and finding people to agree with you is another way of making excuses and justifications. And of course, denial is just when you're totally unwilling to see what's going on and you refuse to face reality. And that's very, very simple, to pretend it's just not happening. You know, we really, really don't have a problem in our relationship. However, my wife doesn't live with me anymore and I'm in a house on my own, but it was all her fault and there was nothing wrong with me, it was all her. Or on the other side of it, it was all him. You know, it's very, very common to have an enormous amount of denial. Living above the line. When we choose to live above the line, no matter how hard that may be, we are freed up to reinvent ourselves and learn the lessons that we need to learn. Blame, excuses, and denial. Powerful questions you can ask yourself when things are not working. And here they are. Am I looking for someone to blame here? Am I making excuses and justifying my actions? Am I in denial about what's happening? Has this ever happened to you? You're driving to an appointment or to work and you're late, and you're thinking about all of the reasons and excuses that you can come up with that are going to be really good stories when you get there to tell the people about why it was that you're late. That's what we're talking about here. We have an enormous ability to make up stories that will be really, really good. So on which side of the line are you? If the answer to any of these previous questions is yes, then you are below the line. Ownership is the ability to own your part. Responsibility is the ability to respond. Respondability. And accountability is the ability to account for. So here we have the aura bed flip chart again, and I want to give you another twist on it. Being assertive, that is, pleasant, kind, direct, honest, open, is above the line behavior. Below the line behavior is passive, aggressive, and passive aggressive. The passive person says nothing and votes with their feet. They avoid conflict at all costs. The aggressive person creates conflict, runs around blaming everybody about what's going on and being really loud and noisy doing it. And the passive aggressive person switches in between, and they're the backstabbers and the gossips and those sorts of people who go around undermining behavior everywhere. So we have below the line and above the line for assertive, passive aggressive, and passive aggressive behavior. Taking responsibility will give you an insight and clarity to start to move forward. Taking responsibility allows you to learn from experience, grow, and feel more powerful in any situation. Staying above the line is a moment-by-moment choice. As you consistently choose to be responsible, it becomes easier to stay above the line. And only by owning our actions can we change our world. When you live above the line, you act assertively and proactively. Assertive behavior will deliver the results you want. Learning to say no. Say no to below the line behaviors. Indulging in these behaviors is like throwing a tantrum. You will be tempted to move below the line when you are feeling under pressure. Own who you are, and when you're above the line, you will discover who you are and what you're made of. You take responsibility and demonstrate that in all of your actions, and you live in the present and can see your impact in what's going on and those around you. Taking ownership of your response gives you the power to change your life. Live above the line, and as Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. And thank you for completing this responsibility lesson.